It is official, kind of. We're in a recession.
But this is the anti-recession recession because the economy still has COVID.
Okay, the number one question people are asking right now, it's the Voldemort word. It's the word people won't say. It's the recession word. It's the R word, Jack.
This is not just a question for economists and investors anymore. Hairstylists are asking, are we in a recession?
My barber brought this up, and I thought he was going to snip my ear. You got so distracted.
Uber drivers, pastors, therapists.
The R word has replaced weather and traffic as like the new small talk. Did you see the GDP numbers this weekend?
Well, yesterday we got an official answer from the government. Yes, technically, we are in a recession now.
Okay, and how do we know we're in a recession? Because the GDP report just told us so.
The Commerce Department just said that the U.S. economy, as measured by gross domestic product, shrank by 0.9% in the second quarter.
And that's just after the economy shrank by 1.6% in the first quarter.
So technically, the definition of a recession,
it's 2 straight quarters of economic shrinkage. And what do we just see?
we are technically in a recession.
So according to the George Costanza shrinkage rule, we now have a confirmed recession.
But Nick and I should point out one funny thing about this particular recession.
We should point out one thing.
We're also not in a recession.
Yeah, because there is more than one way to measure a recession.
The economics textbooks that Nick and I studied in college, they use that 2-quarter shrinkage rule that we just said, the George Costanza rule.
But the history textbooks, they don't use that George Costanza rule.
No, they don't. The history textbooks ask the National Bureau of Economic Research, which is a real thing.
It is a real thing. It's like a group of economic Jedi who look at more than just GDP. Like, recession we have, do we?
Right. They're going to look at like unemployment rate, GDP, productivity figures, and other stuff to determine if we have a recession.
And it's not just those economic star walkers. Earlier this week, our economic leaders also said they don't think we're in a recession.
Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, our central bank, literally said 2 days ago he doesn't think this economy is in a recession.
Janet Yellen, Secretary of the Treasury, she also just said, nada, no recession. We're not in one.
So there's more than one way to determine if we're in a recession.
By a technical definition, we are absolutely in a recession.
But experts are also saying we are not in a recession.
So we know what you're thinking. What's the takeaway for our buddies who are all of us wondering whether or not we're in a recession?
This is an anti-recession recession because the economy still has COVID.
Yetis, this is the first ever recession in history that also has incredibly low unemployment.
When you hear recession, you think about people losing their jobs. But right now, only 3.6% of us are unemployed.
In fact, there are only 8 years since the Great Depression that unemployment has even been so low.
This is incredibly low unemployment right now, which you never see during a recession.
So we might be in a recession, but just about everyone looking for jobs has a job right now.
That is not normal for a recession. And it's because this economy still has COVID.
So, Jack, the pandemic, the stimulus, the supply shortages, add all that up, and the old rules of economics are irrelevant.
That's why we have this first ever anti-recession recession.
Thanks for jumping in T-Boy style, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more pop biz that you need.